What's good? This is Kareem from DJBooth.net, and I'm here in the lab to give you guys a quick rundown video review on the new Reloop Keypad Compact DAW workstation. So this is a new controller brought out by the Reloop guys who make lots of DJ equipment that we really like here at DJBooth.net. They really make some quality stuff, and they've decided to throw their hat into the production arena, and they released the new Keypad controller, which I have here, which has the velocity sensitive pad and the 25 keys. And they also released another compact and less expensive controller called the Keyfader, which just has the keys and it doesn't have these 16 velocity sensitive pads. So these are inexpensive controllers that are made to work nicely with the Ableton Live software suite, and they are USB powered, and you can plug them directly into your computer using the mini USB cable connection here. Setup is very easy. You just use the supplied software that comes with the Keyfader and the Keypad, which is the Ableton Live Lite 9 setup, and that comes on a disk form. It comes with the drivers and the software. You put that in your computer, plug it in, and you're already set up, ready to go. You just have to then select the sound card that you want to use, because there are no other ports or any other connecting devices for the Keypad or the Keyfader. It's just a USB controller only, so you'll have to have your sound card already set up in order to use this device. But it's very compact, it's very lightweight, which is a good and a bad thing, because the plastics that's used in this controller do kind of creak and pop a little bit, so it's pretty cheap in overall construction. But as long as you kind of keep nice eye on it and you don't go traveling around with it without a bag or a case, you should be fine in that department. Along with those lines, you do have rather small and cheap filling keys as well. And if you have kind of bigger hands like me, if you're trying to actually play some of your piano keys here and your chords, you might have a little trouble with hitting two keys at once. The next thing you see is the different buttons in order to start making your beats. You have your play, your stop, your record, and you also have your shift and your scene. The shift and scene will allow different buttons to have a double layer to them, meaning they'll have a double use. So you have your reset buttons, CC, ARP, SUS, VEL, and your octave up and down. Next up, you have your velocity sensitive pads. All these buttons do have a backlit to them. They're not RGB, but they are velocity sensitive, and they do have a blue LED to them, so you actually know when they're hit or when they're active and when they're being played. The pads do feel really nice, by the way, not like the really small and springy type keys, but the pads really do feel good. They have a tactile feel to them. You'll have no problem double finger drumming on them, and they just feel good and they really work. They're very responsive. Next up in the top half, you have all of your mixing functions, all of your different faders. The faders here for all 8 of your different channels of mixing are rather plasticky, and they feel pretty cheap as well, but they do get the job done. You'll easily be able to make all of your adjustments on the fly using them, and you have your different buttons in order to play or stop your individual groups that you already have set up. And you can also use different buttons to DAW tap for metronome for when you're trying to create your beat right there on the correct BPM. You can also set your markers and change your marker positions with different keys using your shift function as well. Next up, you have 2 knobs and a main encoder for all 8 of your different channels, and you can cycle through your next set of channels as well using this same controller, so they become then 9 through 16. The endless encoders, by the way, do have metal posts underneath, and they are push button encoders, endless encoders, so they do feel a bit more sturdy in quality. The knobs underneath these, however, are plastic pots underneath, so they're not really bolted down to anything. But again, the price point is only $200, so that's about what you're going to get when you're paying at that lower price range. So in conclusion, it's a really nice controller overall because it's compact. It works really nicely with Ableton Live 9 or 9 Lite that comes bundled with it. You're going to get a bunch of different drum kits, and you're going to get also some sound, so you can get started right there out of the box. It's compact, it's USB powered, you can take it with you on the go. But again, on the downside, you have this plasticky style build quality, and you have these rather smallish and spring-loaded keys. But for the price point, again, 200 bucks, you really can't knock it. It's going to be good for anyone who's a beginner who really wants to get their feet wet in the realm of production or trying to make beats, and probably also good for any experienced Ableton Live users who want something to take with them on the go. So for more on the full written review, or for the summary of the review, which is also on the website, you can click at the link at the top of this video description on YouTube, or you can simply go to www.djbooth.net/DJS. Thanks for watching.